Hey, welcome back to the Big Rant Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below. Let's get right to it. Now, this is a story that a friend of mine pointed out to me that I thought should come to light. Now, there's been a lot of videos made on it, but I'm going to be very careful with what I have to say because he wrote an article in Medium the other day talking about the accusations against him and how people are slandering him. Sounds like the argument of somebody who is guilty. Now, I want to preface this off by saying I have no certifications for anything. I can give you my opinion, but that's it. I want to make that clear. I've made that clear since I started this YouTube channel. I do have years of study, but I don't have a degree. But the Rewired Soul, a YouTube channel with 92,000 subscribers, run by a scam artist? Well, whether or not he wants to admit it, what he's doing looks very much like he's a scam artist. Like he's scamming people out of money. Whether or not he is or isn't. That is definitely what it looks like. And then making an article talking about how you want to, take legal action against people for slander, for pointing out some things, or possibly misstating a few things, makes you seem that much more of a scam artist. Not to mention the fact that you refuse to really apologize for anything. I checked out your apologies, and not one of them actually accepts any blame, except for your own mental health problems. You tend to lay the blame for you being exposed on other people and your mental health. But let's make it clear. The Rewired Soul, the guy does not have any certification. No credentials to give you mental health information or to try to help you with your mental health. I don't care what psychologist or psychiatrist he's talked to that say it's okay with what he's doing. He's still scamming people. Now, he says in his article that he hasn't made any money in the last year on his so-called courses that he was charging upwards of $100 for, to help people with their anxiety and stuff like that. Here's the thing. If you are not qualified to give the advice, you should not be charging people $100 to give courses in mental health or drug addiction. Just because you've been a drug addict and you're a recovering drug addict does not mean you have the ability to teach other people about their mental health problems and how to fix them. You are not qualified for such, and therefore you should not be doing it. If you ask me, this is just completely a disgusting thing to do. To prey on people at their weakest point in life. He claims he's not in it for the money. But come on, you were, up until 2017, you were charging $100 a pop for these courses. Whether or not people were wanting to buy them is a total different story. To me, it's a scam. Say what you want, but that's how it comes across. I know a lot of people that are recovering addicts, and a lot of people that have mental health issues, and none of them would sit here and try and tell people that they know what's best or how to deal with it, and then try and charge people for it. Now, the one thing I'll give this guy is he's been apparently sober since 2012. I give him props for that, because it does take a strong person to do that. But it also takes a weak person to not admit fault. And that's exactly what the guy at the Rewired Soul is doing. He's trying to sell you his little smoke and mirror scheme, and he has no credentials to back it up. That's really all there is to it. Now, I'll have more on the story next week when I dig more into it. I'm going to read more, watch more of his videos, I guess, and read more about what he's been doing. But thank you to the friend of mine that pointed this out to me on Facebook. And hopefully, when this guy comes back from his 1 week break, he will actually make an actual apology. where he doesn't blame it on other people or his mental health, but he admits that that up to a certain point, he was scamming people out of money. Now, at the end of the day, it is what it is. The man is allowed to say what he wants to say. But the fact is, people need to know that he does not have the credentials to give you anything. He doesn't have the credentials to lick your boots, let alone play counselor on YouTube. And that's all I have to say about it. So, to Chris over at Rewired Soul, whether or not you're a scam artist, whether or not you actually feel like you're scamming people, it does look to the person that's on the outside that you are scamming people, trying to convince them that you're something that you're not. I know your videos you may not have a video where you've actually come out and said that you are credentialed for this, but you try to make a convincing case as if you are. Now, if that's not how you feel, hit me up. TheBigRanchShow@gmail.com. Hit me up. Let me know, and I will schedule, somehow or another, schedule a Skype interview with you. And we can put it right here on the Big Ranch Show, and we can lay it all out on the table, and I'll let you tell your story. And I'll also tell you the story of those people that feel like you've scammed them. But please, Chris and the Rewired Soul, please hit me up in my Gmail. Or if nothing else, hit me up in the comments down below from your YouTube channel. Let me know. And you and I can get together and have a little conversation. Have ourselves an interview. And go from there. Because I don't think what you're doing is right. But I would like to give you a chance to come on the Big Ranch Show and explain your situation. If nothing else, write something to me in the comments below, and I will read it to my readers. Or like I said, hit me up on the Big Ranch Show @gmail.com or over at Keck Jacob on Twitter. Anyhow, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck, and I'll see you down the road.